Yes, those videos you just saw were not edited. You might be wondering, how did I make those camera movements without any editing? The secret is that I used the Insta360 X5 and its new feature called InstaFrame. InstaFrame is one of the most powerful features of the Insta360 X5, and it's also one of the most underutilized and most misunderstood. In this video, we'll learn how to use it not just for motorcycle or bike videos, but also for vlogging and travel videos. Hi, my name is Mick, and I've been shooting 360 since 2015, and you're going to learn a lot from this video. What's InstaFrame? What's so useful about it, and how will it save you time? Now, in order to answer that question, let me ask you a question. After you shoot with your 360 camera, what do you do? If you're like most people, then after you get home, you just want a video of yourself. And so what most people just do is track themselves in Insta360 Studio or their Insta360 mobile app. So what if instead of tracking yourself, your camera could do it for you automatically? And that's what InstaFrame is about.
Here I am in InstaFrame, and one of the modes of InstaFrame is called Selfie View.
Notice that no matter where I point the camera, it's always going to aim the video at me, as if I'm using auto track on my app. Having auto track done for you in the camera saves you so much time, but Insta360 didn't stop there with InstaFrame.
Instead, they analyzed how do people actually use their cameras when they're vlogging. When I'm vlogging, I want to get a video of myself, but I also want to get B-roll of the things that I'm looking at or whatever I'm talking about. So InstaFrame has this function that lets you switch from selfie view to one other view. So here's how to do that. So from InstaFrame, I'm gonna tap on this other button. So you could choose rear view, front view, top view, or bottom view. So if you want to use InstaFrame for vlogging, the most useful ones for me are rear view and top view. Let me show you why. So imagine you're shooting in selfie view and then you come across something interesting, then you want to show your audience, then you can switch to rear view and then hold the camera that way and then just point it at your subject. The other view that's useful for B-rolls is top view. Wherever you point your selfie stick, that's the view that's going to be shown.
Top view would be more useful if you would prefer to show things that you're pointing at, such as that camera, this light, that window, that chair. Now here's a pro tip. You can use the rear view not just with your camera upright like that, but you can also extend your camera like this. If you like helpful and rare tips like this, hit like and subscribe.
Now what's really cool about InstaFrame is that you're not stuck with selfie view or the B-roll view like the rear view or the top view. Instead, InstaFrame lets you switch between these views on the fly. So that's how I was able to do that opening shot where I was just like switching views quickly from selfie view to top view, selfie view, top view. That's what I was doing. Now you might be wondering, that's so cool, but is there a way to tell which view you're using? Like when you're vlogging like that, you don't want to have to squint and to be able to see the screen. Yeah, Insta360's got your back. The buttons for the B-roll view and the selfie view have two different colors. The B-roll view is a white button and the selfie view is a green button. Even from afar, you can see which mode you're shooting at. You could see like if it's selfie view or your B-roll view, which is white. That's not all. Check this out. See this LED light here? If you're not shooting, it's blue. If you start recording and then you're in B-roll view, this thing will flash red. And if you want to switch to selfie view, guess what? It switches to flashing green. Right, so that's so cool. But if you have to tap the screen, then that's gonna take you out of the immersion, wouldn't it? And don't worry, Insta360 has thought of a solution for that too. That's the mini remote. You can switch between the two views by double clicking the mini remote. So watch this. Right now it's in selfie view, it's flashing green. Here's the mini remote, a double click, and it switches to the B-roll view. So it's flashing red.
You can also triple click for 360-degree panning, or if you prefer, a barrel roll. Now, recently, Insta360 released an accessory that's even more useful than the mini remote, in my opinion. It's called the ring remote. Check it out. So it's like the mini remote, but it's a ring, and you just wear it. I'm gonna hold this down, and it's gonna turn on the Insta360 X5. With this LED flashing, then I know they're still connecting. So once it turns solid blue, then I know they're connected. Then I can start recording by pressing the button here. And this is flashing red, just like this one is flashing red. And we've learned that this means that it's in B-roll mode. And I double click on it. And this is now going to be flashing green, which means it's in selfie view. And then when I triple click it, 1, 2, 3, then it's going to be flashing rapidly, so I know that it's doing the 360 panning. And when it stops flashing rapidly, then I know that it stopped the panning. And for example, I could switch back to B-roll view. It's going to be red again, or I can stop recording. And I can turn it off.
One thing you might be wondering is, okay, this is cool, but what if I still want to edit the video? Like, instead of 16:9, I want it to be portrait, 9:16. What then? That's okay, because InstaFrame doesn't just record that reframe video. It is also simultaneously recording a fully spherical 360 video. So that 360 video can be edited just like a regular 360 video, with one bonus. All those motions that you did, all those camera movements you did on InstaFrame, they're already there, keyframed for you when you open it on Insta360 Studio or the Insta360 app. So if you just want a different aspect ratio, you can export that instantly. You can also change the field of view or even adjust the composition, like changing the selfie view to move my head closer to the rule of thirds. Find out more in this tutorial. It is so convenient, and that's why I use InstaFrame almost all the time. It is such a time saver. Now, to be fair, InstaFrame does have some limits. First of all, that reframed video, it's limited to 1080p.
I know that sounds really low, but there's good news. First, the 1080p video looks better than I expected. Second, you can get the full 5.7K plus resolution by exporting the 360 video.
As promised, I'm going to show you how I set up my gear so that I was able to do that opening shot. I was using the Insta360 X5 because X5 is the only camera right now that has InstaFrame. I was also using the mini remote, and instead of attaching it to a selfie stick, I was using it with my finger like this. So here's my electric unicycle. I used a sturdy monopod, and instead of fully extending it, I partially collapsed each segment for greater strength. I also made sure that the monopod was supported in at least 2 places. One end was mounted with the Insta360 motorcycle mount, while the middle of the monopod was supported by the seat. And if you like InstaFrame, I've got 2 more shortcuts for you.
Are your vacation videos just stuck on your hard drive? Learn the fastest way to combine videos from multiple sources into a shareable montage. Just click on the link in the description.
And 2, if you want to learn a faster and easier way to edit your videos, then check out my tutorial for the new Insta360 2.0 app. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in 360.